Hi, this video is for VBS helpers and teachers that are teaching performing and non-performing classes to kids going into 1st through 6th grade. On Monday of VBS, we'd like you to be here at 8:15 so we can have a group prayer and we can also answer any last-minute questions. At 8:45, we'd like everybody in the sanctuary spread out among the kids just so we have enough volunteers spread out equally among the kids. At 9 o'clock, we're going to start group service. Around 9:30, 9:45, we're going to dismiss. At that time, teachers, please go up in your room and get everything prepared for your 2 classes that day. And then helpers, if you could go out, if you're a teen helper, please go out by Mr. Spencer and help with games or snacks. And after they're done with games and snacks, Mr. Spencer's going to call off different classes. If you're helping, let's say with BB guns, make sure when he says the BB gun class that you're right by him, you have your hand raised, and then you lead those kids to their class. Once you get them in class, if the helpers could please take down the attendance. There's going to be attendance sheets in the room. There's going to be purple for the older kids, 4th through 6th grade, and a blue attendance sheet for the younger kids, 1st through 3rd grade. If you could please mark them off right away in the beginning so then when the people go through and take attendance, we know who's there and who's missing, and we can figure out if somebody's in the wrong class. All of the kids should have color-coded name tags, so if you have the blue kids in there, there should not be any purple kids. So that's a really easy way to tell if the kid is not supposed to be in the class. Also in the beginning, or whenever you have a downtime, or whenever the teachers say you can do this, you can go over the memory verses. We have 5 memory verses this week, so if they know the memory verses, we'll have a little, like a mint or a little treat in your room that you can give to them if they have that memorized. If they don't, you can help them memorize those verses. And also you want to be the helpers and teachers, if you can keep track of the kids that are really well behaved, because at the end when we gather again at the very end before we dismiss them to the parents, we are going to have a bucket on the stage, and there's going to be red tickets. If you could go up and fill 1 or 2 people's name on the ticket and then put it in the bucket, we're going to randomly draw out a ticket, and if we call that person's name, they have the opportunity to pie one of the teachers or helpers in the face. So it's a good incentive so your kids are well behaved during class. If you have a performing class, there's going to be a Bible man and a Bible lady coming into your class, and that you'll have a schedule in your room, and it will say what times they will come in. They will come in at the same time every single class, and they will stay for 10 minutes. So as soon as they come in, if you could stop what you're doing and let them teach, and then once they leave, just pick back up. The performing classes, they're only going to be in the performing classes, and the performing classes, you are practicing those so you can have the kids perform them for the Friday night performance. The non-performing classes, like BB guns and go-karts, crafts, you don't have to worry about that because your kids are not performing up on stage. And you can, any crafts or anything you can hand back to the kids that day or at the end of the week, whatever you prefer. And then once your classes are about 35 minutes, once the bell rings, helpers, if you could walk all of your kids to their next class, especially on Monday, because they have no clue where their next class is. We'll have signs up and we'll have maps up so you'll know where the classes are. But if you could just start with a train with the kids behind you and just go to every single class until you don't have any kids left. Once you dropped off all your kids, if you could go back to your class. Teachers, if you could also at the end of the day, so you have 2 classes, so after the 2nd class, if you could pick everything up and get ready for the next day. Some things pop up last minute, and if you're not able to come last minute, the helper or we can get a sub in your classroom, and that will help us know what you're going to do. So if you could have lesson plans out or a brief summary of what you're going to be covering. So if this would happen, we can have somebody easily fill in for you. This is the schedule that will be up in every single classroom. So it will tell you what time the Bible man and the Bible lady are going to be coming into your classroom. This is not correct because this is from last year, but you'll have an updated one in your classroom. And then you will also have lanyards that we'd like you to wear every day. There's class helper lanyards, and it shows the schedule. And there's class teacher ones that are a little bit different than the helpers. And here are the attendance sheets. So blue is for the little kids, 1st through 3rd grade, and purple are for the 4th through 6th graders. So if you could fill those out every day, and then also if you see that there are yellow stars and red hearts, the yellow stars mean that they belong to our church family. The red hearts mean that currently they do not have a church family or they did not write one down. So if you could spend extra time with them, that would be wonderful. For the week of VBS, Monday through Friday, if you could please wear your gray volunteer t-shirts. We will have them out Sunday before VBS or Monday that morning. If you could wear them every single day, that way the kids know that you're supposed to be there and they know that they can ask you questions, and that way the parents know that you are one of the teachers and they can ask you questions. And it also helps us see if parents are coming in, we can tell them apart from you guys right away. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave it below so I can answer it to everybody and we can all be on the same page, because I know I'm forgetting something. So thank you so much for volunteering your time and spending time with these little kids this week.